Mighty John is the expert.
And this is a great way to get ready for the yard sale, to know what you're looking for.
You betcha.
Yeah.
The world's largest yard sale.
John is probably there's no one in the world, John, that knows more about vinyl records than you. That's what I'm going to put it right out there. There you have it. And when it comes to the value, you never know. You might have something very valuable, and you don't even know it. Good morning, John.
Good morning, guys. Great to be with you, Bill.
So 10 records where little things, this intrigued me, 10 records where little things make the big difference in value. And explain what you're talking about.
Well, many records are reissued over the years. Sometimes they'll make a slight change, and it can make a very big difference in the value of the very same record.
Yeah.
As you'll see as we give you this list.
There was one that I always remember, and I search. I have boxes and boxes of albums of vinyl, some stored. So every time I go grab another box, I look through for one album, and it's not a lot of money, but I think it's about $150. Is the Moody Blue album by Elvis Presley, and wasn't there a blue vinyl and a black vinyl? Which one would be worth more?
The blue.
95% of them were blue, so that's the lesser value of $25.
If you
black vinyl would be up to about $250.
About $250 now. Wow.
Yeah.
So, but you're looking for the black one.
Well, actually, you're looking for the gold, green, red, or white vinyl copies because those are up to $1,000.
Wow, I didn't even know those existed.
Wow.
Okay,
Moody Gold. Moody Gold.
What did I tell you? He knows his stuff.
That's incredible.
All right, so 10 records where little things make the big difference in value. And let's count them down, starting with number 10.
Number 10, we give to the mamas and papas the album If You Can Believe Your Eyes and Ears. Now, the cover shows the mamas and papas in a bathtub, and if the toilet is blocked off on the cover, no more than $25. But if there's a full view of the toilet, then you're up to $250.
Wow. All right. So I'm looking for a toilet.
It's like when I'm selling a house. Make sure you get that whole toilet in that picture.
All right, number 9.
The Osmond brothers had a big hit back in 1970 with One Bad Apple. If you have a copy of the picture sleeve and it just says the Osmonds, no more than $10. But if the picture sleeve says the Osmond brothers, up to $300.
So what normally happened in these? Is this normally a situation where they released it and then realized, well, there's some argument. It should say the Osmond brothers, not Osmonds. So then after a small release, they correct it and then push out the new one.
That's exactly what happens in most cases.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're up to number 8, which is an artist that you definitely will recognize.
Yeah, Bruce Springsteen, the album Born to Run. If you have the album, look at the cover. If the words Born to Run are in block lettering, no more than $10. But if the words Born to Run are what we call script lettering, which is like handwriting, then it's up to $750.
Wow.
That's quite a difference.
Going home and checking all my records today. Number 7.
Bob Dylan, the album Blonde on Blonde. If this has like a cover that opens up, and if on the inside of the cover there's a picture of Dylan, up to $50.
Okay.
But if there's pictures of females on the inside cover instead of Dylan, up to $750.
That would always be more valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the girl that's featured is an actress called Claudia Cardinale. I think she's a blonde girl.
Okay. We're up to number 6.
Look for Kiss, the first album, Kiss. If the album contains the song Kissin' Time, $10. But if the album does not contain the song Kissin' Time, $750.
Well, you get more for less,
Yeah,
huh?
how about that?
What happened here? Was it a contractual thing? Was it the band didn't like the song? Do you know?
Well, the first issues did not contain Kissin' Time. And then they decided that was getting more exposure, so they put that on the album.
That's why if it's not on.
Right.
I get it. Okay.
So it's not on. There are only a few of those. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
We're going to Motown here with number 5.
The Supremes, their very first album, Meet the Supremes. If the cover shows face shots of the Supremes, up to $75. But if the cover shows the Supremes sitting on bar stools, up to $800.
Okay. Wow. Number 4.
The great James Brown, an album called Think. If the cover pictures photos of James Brown, up to $100. But if the cover pictures a baby on the cover, up to $800.
Wow. Number 3, Rolling Stones.
Very first album for the Rolling Stones. If you have a copy, look at the label. If it does not have full frequency range recording printed on the label, up to $300.
Okay.
If it does have full frequency range recording printed on the label, up to $1,000.
Wow. Now that seems like it was a technical thing, or was there some sort of an issue with that?
Well, just fewer of them would have the
Got it,
words
yeah.
on there, and that's the reason. And that's
yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm saying that sometimes, for instance, if you're a collector of, was it Cal Ripken Jr. For a while, if you were collecting the Wheaties boxes, which, by the way, your records have value. They hold your value. Wheaties boxes don't.
They hold space in your basement.
There are a few, and other than that, but there was a contractual problem where they had to reissue without the logo, without the team logo, and and so the one with the logo is the more valuable one because that's the lower number. So it's the same type of thing. All it seems like Elvis records. There's a lot of value when it comes to Elvis records if you can have the right, the right record, the right picture sleeve, etc.
Well, in this case, Elvis, big hit for Elvis, Do the Clam, but the value depends on the picture sleeve. If on the picture sleeve it says "Coming Soon, Girl Happy LP Album, $40," but if it says "Ask for Girl Happy LP Album, $1,500."
Okay. And then the number 1, these are, for the record, get it? The number 1, 10 records where little things make the big difference in value. This is a really, really big difference. Number 1.
Well, a lot of people are familiar with this. The Beatles, the album Yesterday and Today, original stereo copies, if they show the Beatles standing around a steamer trunk on the cover, up to $125. But if they show the Beatles dressed as butchers on the cover, up to $15,000.
How about that?
$15,000?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty wild right there. I like it. And these are all little things that make a huge, huge difference. Listen, we have what we call the world's largest yard sale that's about to happen. When is it? It's 2 weeks away.
15th.
And there you'll find a lot of vinyl. What should people look for? Is there anything out there that's popping up right now, John, that you're starting to see, or what do you think?
Well, overall, the big money still remains in the Elvis era and the Beatles era.
Mm-hmm.
That's certainly not where all of it is. But in the price guide that we put out, we list everything that is valuable from 1902 to the present day. But, again, the majority, 50s, 60s, and 70s, where the big money is. But I always tell people, buy what you like.
Yeah.
Don't speculate. Just buy what you like, and hopefully it becomes valuable.
I'll also say be on the lookout for there's the 78 RPM records, and a lot of them go back. The problem is much of that stuff doesn't have value, but there are some that do. Can you explain that?
Right. The big money for 78s is in blues. Blues records, extremely collectible, especially blues records prior to World War II. These are known as pre-war blues. Robert Johnson, of course, the father of the blues, he had 26 different 78 singles, each worth up to at least $10,000. So there are a lot of blues records from that era that are worth money. And a great flag is most of them will have the word blues somewhere in the title.
Okay.
So if you come across a 78 with blues in the title, pick it up.
What about, are there any 78 RPM Elvis records out there that have any value? Or does any of the Sinatra stuff? So starting with Elvis.
Well, yes, Elvis's first 5 records on Sun were on 78s, and many of his RCA records are on 78s. Each one will have a different value depending on the titles, but they can go up to $1,000 as well.
Nice. And Sinatra?
Sinatra, first 78 from Sinatra, From the Bottom of My Heart, on Brunswick Records is where the money is for him, and that would be up to about $2,000.
Wow.
I was preparing for the World's Largest Yard Sale. Went through a box in the attic. I found an old Frank Sinatra. He looks very young on the cover, too. Sings the Classics, VHS, What do you think I can get for that?
A nickel.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I'll bring it in for you.
And my father would be like, "Would you take a penny for that?" I'd say you take it.
I'm not letting it go for less than 3 pennies. So.
Moneymusic.com is the boy. I think I want to get you back on the day before the yard sale because I'll have Andrew check on availability because
maybe people could call in. Maybe
because this is several like over 100 booths, right?
Oh, we're completely sold out. Completely sold out.
It's a huge yard sale.
Indoor, outdoor pavilion. I want to say it's about 200 vendors.
There will be a lot of vinyl there, and you can give some tips on that. But they can always go right to your website, right?
Right. Father's Day is coming up, and a great gift for Father's Day is our price guide that lists the values for over 1 million records.
Okay. That's at moneymusic.com. Good stuff.
Thank you, Bill.
Thanks, John, as always. We'll talk to you again in a couple of weeks.
Okay, cool.
Thanks. And as we said, it's 2 weeks away, so I say we get him back on and go over. I've gotten rid of a lot of valuable records. There are people that have, because I just had so much, and I couldn't stand the yelling anymore. My wife, I couldn't stand it, so I just gave them away.
Just give it away.
Just take the box off my hands. I can't stand. It's either the box or the woman. I don't know. You're gonna have to take the box.
One's worth $15,000 potentially, though.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Potentially.
One will cost you $15,000.